our entire team from top to bottom. And of course, we continued that right the following week. Geez, at Masters, in the finals, what did we get? 8 in the finals of Masters. And 4 going for third. And 2 of them won. So 10 of them went to state. 2 were to 4th place. They lost by a point. We had a great performance at the end. We really did. Even though we finished second in the state, that is the most points we've ever scored. 141 points. The most, we won the state in 1986 with 103. We won the state in 1999 with 84. We won this state with 100, took second with 141. It just so happened, Clovis, they didn't fare better than us in terms of their placing, but they got these bonus points for pinning their opponents. And that's what got us in the end. Because you get a bonus too. Every time you pin a guy, they pin 15 guys. They got a bonus 30 points. We only pin 4. Yeah. In the last 30 years, this has been the best thing ever. If you don't stay long enough in one place, you really can't build a tradition. And
here it is.
Wow, Poway was real different in 1978, early 80s. Rural, very rural, a lot different kid. We didn't have, it wasn't the wealth at all. It was a middle class, cowboy, tobacco chewing, fighting, rugged kind of kid. I liked that a lot. It fit for wrestling. And of course, as time went by, everything got, I guess people saw the potential of this community. I think, what was it? It's called the city in the country, something to that effect. It's a slogan they coined a long time ago, but it's changed a lot. Now it's, $1 million homes, and a lot of Chargers kids go here, and it's changed a lot. Well, there's certainly more sports. So to recruit the kid out now for the sport of wrestling, you're competing with a lot of different things. And in the sport of wrestling, it's so tough that a lot of the kids come from soft, I guess. They're not rolling around on a wrestling mat. It's a little more country club atmosphere. Not to say that there's not still some tough kids out there. Are you better off to be in a poor environment and find those tough kids on the street? Well, I've been on that side of the coin too. Chateladas was rough, real rough. Gangs, real tough kids, but they had another set of problems. They couldn't, their grades, job was way more important. No parent support. Here, now I gotta spend a lot more time panning for gold to find a nugget. Still find it, but I gotta really. If I wasn't here on campus and have my program in place, it'd be really difficult if I was a walk-on coach. And that tradition from early on has maintained us to be able to keep drawing kids, rich or poor. No. I'll walk in there, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then before I know it, I look outside and it's dark. And I haven't eaten,
Maybe a Diet Coke.
Yeah. Because I'm just running from one mat to another mat, and I'm so into the match.
Okay, so from the time Masters is over late Saturday night, we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and he's leaving Wednesday. Well, it's, he's constantly on the phone. There's all the issues of any injury or I mean, it goes by like that. It's hard to even get a grasp of it. It's just happening too fast. It's like the momentum of it is, you can't catch up with it. You just have to go with it. Well, you're all, the mothers are the most demonstrative, of course. You can see it right away. Eileen Baird, you don't even see her. She's standing somewhere, as far away as she can get. But most mothers are just in the stands fretting, and we all sort of minister to the mother of whose son is wrestling.
Well, what happened was the two Garst twins had gotten the finals of the state championship and both ended up second in the state of California. So that qualified them for the national tournament back in, I believe it was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So you have the option to go, and they wanted to go, so I took them. During the school year, during the wrestling season, I had a phone call from a guy named Rob Sherrill from back in the east there. Kept calling me, and I never returned his call. I thought he just wants to talk to me about some ranking of my team or whatever. I just never got back to him. So anyway, I tell you that because this plays in later. So I get back to the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania there. It's a 3-day tournament, and we have to make weight on Thursday night, and then after we make weight, there's this big national convention of the wrestling coaches, the NWCA, National Wrestling Coaches Association banquet, held at that time it was a big hall. It was in the Holiday Inn thing after weigh-ins, and then the wrestling starts the next day, and you have these great speakers and so on. So, well, I think I'll go to that banquet. So after we made weight, I told the Garst twins, I said, hey, I'm going to run over to the banquet, and I had my Levi's on and a nice sweater, a little chilly back there in Pennsylvania. So I go walking into this, hall, about 500 people. I'm looking around for someone I might know, and I see Chris Hansen from Buchanan High School. I said, where you guys sitting? No, over here. I said, mind if I sit with you? No problem. And so I'm walking over to the table, and he says, well, by the way, you didn't tell us you were in the program. I said, what are you talking about? So you're in the program. So as I start to pick up the program and look at it, I hear over the intercom up on the stage there, the lady says, is Wayne Branstetter from Poway High School in the house? So I put the thing down, I walk, meander through all these tables. It hadn't kicked off yet. So I walk up and there's the stage, and I look up at the lady and I said, Wayne Branstetter, Poway High. And she says, you're supposed to be sitting up here with us. You're the National Coach of the Year. What? Didn't you know? Well, no.
Did you feel like you were in a
Did
dream?
Rob Sherrill call you? And that was a phone call that I had gotten way back for him to let me know, and I never returned the call. And there always, I got up and sat there in the seat and enjoyed the ceremony. I got this big plaque, and I went back to the hotel room. I showed the Garst, look at this. I came home. Good thing we came. It was incredible. It was just mind-boggling.
Well, for years we knew that this was the team. That Wayne was grooming these kids. We knew the potential was there. This was the year. This was the group of kids. And as the season started, and then we started having injuries, and things
Tyler
just weren't.
Fuchs.
Yeah, Tyler Fuchs and Joey Baker,
Chevron.
Chevron, and then
Kenny
Paul
Mullins.
Baird coming off the shoulder. Yeah, Danny had surgery. I mean, it was just things weren't going right. And I could see, you know, poor Wayne, I could see that he was, you know, all that he had put into this team, it looked like it was going to crumble.
And Mick.
But the whole time, we just kept trying to focus on what incredibly great kids these were. This was a very unique group of boys. There just weren't the problems that there usually are. I mean, a lot of injury, but that wasn't something that kids could help. I mean, that wasn't their fault. I mean, they were just such great kids, such incredible parents that we work with. And it just, they just did so incredibly well, though. When they came home from Reno, second in the nation, I mean, I was just blown away that, okay, this is the potential we're dealing with. And there was even somebody who wasn't in that. Masters, I mean, this is my 30th year in coaching with Wayne, and I'm already prepared for the heartache. I'm more worried about the parents around me and how they're going to handle that disappointment. So you know there's going to be some broken hearts. But as with the state meet, I've learned there's always the surprise and always the disappointment. Always. And you just learn to deal with it. I mean, Mary Ann Toretto and I sit in the stands and we know what's coming. We know what these parents are in for, either that thrill of victory or that agony of defeat that you see on TV. I mean, we know it's coming. The development of them, I'll never forget one time Wayne explained, he says, I love taking those 14-year-old pencil neck boys and working with them and developing them physically, mentally, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, any way he can, and help them develop into 18-year-old young men who are ready to go out and just be good citizens. And I think that's what we've seen over and over again